Clouds, hazy sun with a few showers, rumbles of thunder possible on Wednesday. Good Tuesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldrich, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, today we hit only 68 degrees. Oh my goodness, 68. Did you know that was the coolest day we've had since the 26th of April? You got to go back to late April? My goodness, but it wasn't 68 in Oak Ridge. No, it was 75. We had a 7-degree spread between McGee-Tyson and our friends in Oak Ridge. Who would have thunk that? 72, the high in Morristown, only 66 today in Crossville. But when you examine the high temperature, 68, put it next to the normal on the almanac, their normal high is 82 degrees, and we hit 68 at 2:22 this afternoon. So to be 14 degrees below normal, pretty remarkable. Started off the morning at 58, and the record high, a twofer from 1931, 1927. We hit 95 on this date. By the way, the rain still showing up across areas of Blount County, Sevier County, and a little bit of ground clutter around the Morristown radar site. But the Ultimate Doppler radar, presented by your local Marco's Pizza, shows where this rain's been over the last couple of hours. Over the last 8 hours, it's been parading over Maryville, over parts of maybe Wares Valley, and back toward Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and Sevierville. That's where it's been, at least for the last couple of hours. So some of us have been just kind of tapping our foot like it's cloudy, but I don't see any rain. By the way, if you want a late night snack, if you're hungry for some pizza, may I suggest Marco's Pizza. Marcos.com. They've got locations all around, like Hardin Valley and Farragut. They're located in Maryville as well as in Fountain City and Halls. You can find them in Oak Ridge, Middlebrook Pike, and Ebenezer Road. Maybe you're hungry for a magnificent pizza. They call it the Magnifico. For less than $10, they also have a great new Pozzoli. That's delicious. My favorite's pictured on the top. It's the pepperoni and sausage variety for less than $6. Check it out. The new Pozzoli at Marco's. So if you look at the rainfall amounts today, clearly it was skewed on the right side of the screen. So if you lived east of I-75, there's a good chance that you saw some rain, and noticeable rain. Immeasurable, too. Maybe close to an inch in some spots between Maryville and Sevierville. But half inch around Greenville wouldn't have surprised me. This is all Doppler estimated. But notice how it trails off. A trace, Wartburg, maybe a trace in the Cumberland County area around Crossville. It's not to say they didn't get some showers, but it really was hard to measure. Maybe it resembled more like spit rather than it does a shower. But sadly, a rain has to end somewhere. Precipitation has to end. And at the airport, they've now picked up 0.73 as of 8 o'clock tonight, which now brings us to a total of 0.77. Now, the average is 3.49. I've beat this drum probably more than I care to count, but September, October, usually August, September, October, are the driest months of the year. You can see the averages there in green. We pick up about 3.5 in August and September. And actually, August, even though it was feast or famine, it was always on or always off. We did finish the month of August above normal, almost a half inch above normal. But so far, 0.77 in September, and you should anticipate a very dry October. Very dry. Unless something tropical or the remnants of something tropical moves in this direction, we usually have a very dry October month. Future rainfall suggests where we're going to be through the night tonight, through tomorrow, and you can see that there's not a whole lot more to populate these virtual rain gauges. There might be a few little drops here and there. I left a 30% chance tomorrow. I think the chance of rain is even less tomorrow than it was today, probably by in half. So I think even half the output will be anticipated as we head into Wednesday. Maybe a spot of rain possible on Thursday. Meanwhile, we look around the country, quiet across the Great Lakes, still spinning off the coast of the Carolinas and Virginia is this system that was potential tropical cyclone number 8. Should have probably been named Helene, but they didn't pull that trigger. So Helene's name is still on the registry. She's still the next name on deck. But we still have thunderstorms out west. Severe thunderstorm concerns, it looks like, out in the middle of the country. Tracking the clouds and radar, you can see the spin associated with this low, and it's slow moving. So as it dances and parades over North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, we're going to continue to see some spin and the clouds, which make it very difficult, I might add, for the partial lunar eclipse tonight. Now, I did take some notes here. The Super Bowl of all astronomy, in my view, is April 8th. That was last April 8th. I drove 11 hours, 5.5 up, 5.5 back, up to Minster, Ohio, to see the total solar eclipse. Now, tonight is a a partial lunar? I mean, that's like Little League. A partial lunar, and then you throw all the clouds that we have in place. It's not going to be the best viewing. It's going to be around 10 o'clock tonight. I posted the times with a link on my Facebook page if you want to see. Well, I want to go outside and see if you can dodge the clouds, and you might see a little partial of a lunar eclipse. So be it. but it could be difficult to see simply because of the viewing. And of course, we had the Northern Lights back on May 13th. So we've had the Super Bowl, we've had the college, the national championship with the Northern Lights on May 13th. And this is a partial lunar. It just doesn't seem like it. I mean, it's something, but it's child's play compared to what we've seen. We maybe got spoiled, at least I did, to have the total solar eclipse a second go around here last April, and then we had the Northern Lights. But I digress. There is the potential Tropical Cyclone 8 cone. So the origins of this is the cone they drew from 5 o'clock yesterday. They stopped drawing it because it really basically it's kind of dancing in place. There are 2 areas. The new one that says 60 is actually going to be the reemergence of the remnants of Gordon. I think remnants of Gordon, they gave up on it. It's just a remnant low, but they think as it moves northward, it could actually become a new tropical storm. Will they call it a Gordon again? We'll see. But we have a 20% chance now near the Yucatan where something new could form. Again, that's the hurricane update in a nut flash, or at least in a nuts and bolts. Remnants of Gordon. Yeah, there's nothing to see here, right? Just a little low in the middle of the Atlantic. I guess unless you're a captain of a vessel, you're not going to be too worried about Gordon or what he may or may not do. Meanwhile, as we cross off Gordon, we've got Helene, Isaac, and Joyce. And yes, there is the potential, as many of my premium members who watch and read my What's the Next Big Thing post daily, they know that there's more tropical circulation centers that could draw off of Florida, come off the Carolina coast, going into the month of September and October. So we're not done entirely. But let's focus on what many of us are earnestly excited about. It's the Oklahoma game in Norman, Oklahoma. It's on ABC. We're number 6, they're number 15, I believe. We're both 3-0, so it's going to be a great game. And of course, our coach used to play for Oklahoma and was a superstar in that program as a student back in, 2000. But 90 is what I expect for kickoff. Partly cloudy skies. It's a hot day, but maybe not hot by Oklahoma's standards. Again, 7:30 Eastern is, remember, 6:30 Central. So a 90 at 6:30 Central, probably not going to be that unheard of. 86 at halftime. They should be around 82 by the end of the fourth quarter. But the winds will be brisk, 5 to 15 out of the south and east. So my headlines here on a Tuesday night. Showers linger tonight in a few spots. There may be a few showers that flare back up on Wednesday, and we turn hotter ourselves this weekend. So it's not just Oklahoma that turns hot. I think we've got a good chance to get into the 90-plus range this weekend. Meanwhile, there's the low. Tell me which way it's going. It looks like it's spinning in place. Yeah, it's kind of doing that. Maybe retrograding a little bit to the west. But then we see a few showers maybe forming tomorrow. Some of that's probably overstated. I left just a 30% chance tomorrow and a 20% chance on Thursday. Thursday. They say there's some moisture on Thursday. So it's still around, but it's not going to cause or cure all that ails us in terms of the drought. It's not going to fix the drought. It's not going to cause all that to go away. And I think Friday is quiet. I think some of that noise there on Friday is just noise. Now, visibility may be reduced tonight because if the clouds break, you get more patches of fog. We have visibility down to about 2 miles in Athens, and it looks like it's 6 or 5 between Crossville and Oneida. But if we were to advance the future visibility by tomorrow morning, some of these areas on the plateau particularly may see visibility drop quite a bit and maybe finding more mainly in the Southern Valley and back toward maybe the foothills. Where rain has been present today, you have a good chance of some of that condensing, causing fog to form early tomorrow morning. So just give you a heads up. So for tonight, I'm looking for a low of 63 degrees. Showers may linger. Patches of fog may form. Winds will be about 0 to 5. Low of 62 La Follette, Campbell County. 63 in Clinton, Oak Ridge, Anderson County, and a low of 62 Maryville, Alcoa. Wednesday, 81, so we're a lot warmer than we were today by the tune of, 13 degrees from 68 to 81. That's ridiculous. I know, but when you bring out the clouds, a little more hazy sun tomorrow, I think temperatures will warm back up, and there may be a rumble of thunder, but we'll leave a 30% chance of rain on Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, Oneida, Scott County, 80. Morristown, Hamblin County, 79. And look for a high in Newport at 80 degrees, 82 for Kingston, Rockwood, and Harriman. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast with Knoxville and East Tennessee in view. Notice the hotter wording there at the top. That's for Saturday and Sunday when we're around 90, 91. It will be more humid when lows get into the low to mid 60s, so the sticky weather comes back too. And I think our next best chance after tomorrow, our next best chance of rain will come in probably mid next week. Tuesday, I have us at 40%, and 86 degrees. By the way, you can keep track of it all using the Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic. He is the best traffic reporter in East Tennessee, hands down. If you'd like to combine the weather of Captain Accurate and the traffic of Pete Michaels, it's really simple to do. Simply go to Captain Accurate at the App Store and Google Play. Well, my name is David Aldrich. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate. How could you call for 68 when you said 74? It was 75 in Oak Ridge. Can't win them all, but that's how tricky it can be in this type of tropical, pseudo-tropical pattern. Well, my name is David Aldrich. We'll see you here next time, and I'll be live streaming tomorrow morning. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.